Still bottle, still bottle. Boston Celtics, still bottle, still bottle. Oh yeah. Still bottle, still bottle. Boston Celtics, still bottle, still bottle. Banner 19.
Beat Rob, Jim, Becca, J. King.
Still bottle, still bottle.
The Caesar on the court to get another ring.
Still bottle, still bottle.
Everybody in the chat now sing.
Still bottle, still bottle. Still bottle, still bottle. Boston Celtics, still bottle, still bottle. Oh yeah.
Shut your ass up.
Daddy's always halfway there.
What up? What up? What up? I usually have more excitement than this, but today was a tough day because today I learned all over again that I suck at basketball and that I never amounted to anything in the game, never had a chance to amount to anything in the game, was always going to be a pathetic piece of shit at basketball, and lost by 53 points in a 12-minute game. I'm Jay King from The Athletic, here with Jack Simone from various outlets. And we got humiliated today. So
Yeah.
the Celtics coaches decided to play us in a media pickup game. It was initially supposed to be just media. It was described to us as a pickup game between media members. We were supposed to get coached by Celtics coaches in this game.
Yep.
And then at practice, after Celtics practice, Joe Mazzulla informed us that actually we would be playing the coaching staff. Did you know at that point, Jack, just how badly it would go?
I mean, I don't know if 53 was on my mind, and honestly, I think it could have been worse because they were just taking threes. Like they said, we're only taking threes. Like I think someone could have been dunked on, and it could have been a lot worse. But as soon as Joe was like, "You guys are playing the coaches," I heard some people be like, "Is he joking?" And I could tell, I'm like, yeah, "This guy wasn't joking." And yeah, I mean, you put 2 former NBA players, 4 D1 athletes next to all of us. It's I guess 53 points makes unfortunate sense.
Yeah, it was really bad. I knew just how bad it was going to get. I knew that the only way that we would come even remotely close, even have a chance to get a few buckets, was if they took it easy on us. And it's Joe fucking Mazzulla. You know he's not going to take it easy. And from the start, it was clear he wanted to whip our ass. He wanted to destroy us. I don't know whether he wanted to punish us for years of bad questions or just wanted to kick our ass because that was something he could do today. But he was screaming at the other coaches, get up, whenever they let up a little bit defensively. They picked us up full court the entire time. They were trapping us. They were pressing us. It was like we couldn't even make passes. No. When we did make passes, somebody was coming to poke the ball away from behind. It was as bad as I've ever been beaten in anything, not just basketball, in anything in life. I've never been demolished like that.
I think we got the ball past half court like 10 times the entire 12-minute period. Like it just, I was talking about this, earlier, and someone goes, "Well, who were you matched up with?" And I'm like, we didn't even have time to match up. Every time we touched the ball, they just got it again. And half of us were past half court because they thought we had a chance to bring it, in score on the other end. And it was brutal. I think we attempted like 6 shots and just 2 of them happened to go in. Kari got a post bucket, and then Bobby Kravitsky got, a layup in transition by some miracle.
You had an assist. You had an assist.
Did I? I don't even remember. Who
you
did
found
I assist?
Bobby Kravitsky.
I'll take it. I thought it was Richie. No, I think I found Richie, and Richie passed it over to Bobby.
All right, my bad. I gave you an assist that you didn't deserve.
I'll take the assist. I mean, I'll gladly take it. I'll take any, resemblance of credit I'll take for that abomination that was the coaches game. It was brutal. I mean, I step on the court and I just hear Joe, Jack can shoot. Meanwhile, I made like 2 shots in warmups. I can't shoot. I'm not I'm not
You're a pretty good
three-point
shooter. You're a pretty good shooter.
little, but like the thought process of Joe Mazzulla watching us warm up, seeing me make like 3 buckets, and then screaming a fucking scouting report on my dumb ass when I step on the court. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It was, and so just so everyone knows, the Celtics coaching staff is loaded with good players.
Yeah.
And like Emil Jefferson, everyone knows he was one of Duke's best players. Joe Mazzulla and Deshaun Butler were 2 of the best players on a West Virginia team that beat John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins on the way to the Final Four.
Yeah.
They had Phil Pressey, who was NBA player. Emil Jefferson played in the NBA as well. Sam Cassell didn't play. He's 55 now. I don't think he could have played the defensive style that they wanted to play today. Joe wanted to run and trap. God Shamgod Jr., who played at D2 Fairmont State and is very high on their leaderboard in, I believe, both assists and steals, and shot the fuck out of it against us today.
In my face.
He hit like a 40-footer at the buzzer to make the final score 57-4, which is really, really bad. And it's hard to describe like just how lopsided it was. But none of us are good at basketball. Not a single of us are good at basketball in the actual sense. Like, and most of us are super out of shape.
Yes.
I would say 90% of us have probably never faced like full court defensive pressure in a real game.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Corrales was the only one who was a good college player. He played D3 at Emerson and professionally in Greece, but he's out of shape and he hadn't touched a basketball in about a year, he said.
Yeah.
Before today. And nobody else played at a high level of basketball. I was on a college basketball team, but we were 2-22, and I was probably the worst. I used to say I was the worst player in the country because we were 2-22, and I didn't play much at all.
Yeah, and I didn't have a chance of sniffing.
I'm almost 40 now, and
I had no shot.
The other thing is, they're all in great shape. Like they play all the time. They're all young. Joe was probably the oldest of the guys who played, and he's 36, I think.
Yeah, him or Tony probably, right? I don't know how old Tony is, but he played for a little bit.
I forgot Tony. Tony played at Virginia Tech and Richmond, and then was 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in France's top league. No big deal. Like fucking stud.
Yep.
And then DJ McClay
D1
played at Bucknell on a team that was a 13 seed in the NCAA tournament. And like that may not sound like it's great to some people sitting at home, but I can promise you it's great. If you played on a 13 seed, you were infinitely better than any of the jabronis on the Celtics side. What was your biggest takeaway from today other than that we were totally overmatched?
Man, biggest takeaway from today is that I'm out of shape. I'm slow as shit. If I had to pick an actual takeaway, it was how, like, if they're doing that to us, I can only imagine how hard they try in practice. I mean, these guys are scrimmaging against the actual Celtics, right? Like, you talk about wanting to have like actual competition for your players. I'm not saying like going up against us is exactly a challenge for them, but like 57-4, man, like these guys are all in phenomenal shape. They're all great athletes. They played basketball at as close to the highest level as you can possibly get, the highest level for guys like Phil Pressey and Emil. And so if you're looking for, a way to build your coaching staff to put it, to play against your players the best, it is that. And it was eye-opening. It was a little embarrassing, eye-opening at the same time, but I'll do it again. I mean, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking brutal.
Why would you guess that Joe decided to have the coaches play in that?
Man, I think he wanted us to realize how dog shit we are. I think he wanted us to realize there are levels to this. I understand that you guys have jobs to do, but before you write something from now on, just know that we beat you by 53 and that there are levels to the game of basketball.
A lot of levels. We
A lot of
were
levels.
we're like the lowest level.
Mhm.
And they, some of them, like you said, were the highest level and are still in great
Yeah.
shape. Like Emil could probably still be playing professionally if he wanted to be. Phil
Mhm.
Pressey, same thing. Like they both decided to become coaches, ended their professional careers early. If they wanted to, they could still be playing,
Yeah.
and not just playing against jabronis like us. Joe's intensity was my takeaway. I just thought the whole Joe experience, because you knew as soon as he spoiled the surprise that we would be playing the coaches, you could tell he was like excited for it, and he wanted to I don't know whether it was send a message or humiliate us or teach us like the difference between them and us. Whatever his reason was for wanting, I think it's also possible, probably not his main intention, but he also might have wanted to put more of a spotlight on the junior Celtic program, which is the reason for
Mhm.
the media game itself. This
Shout
was a
out.
great way to go viral because Taylor
Yeah.
Snow, who was too big a coward to play in the media game, by the way,
Yes.
took a video of the last shot and the final score and posted it on social media. Then the Celtics account later took showed a photo of the final score, and it was Taylor's in hot shit to me. Taylor,
Yeah.
I gotta let Taylor hear about that one because you should have played.
The way he panned up to the score after the last shot,
It was dramatic.
it's just me, man.
Theatrical. It was
I got
theatrical.
there's a video of
He might have
Sham
a career.
just hitting like 5 feet behind the 3-point line over me, and I didn't close out quickly. And Bleacher Report posted it on Instagram, and I just have like people I haven't talked to in years just DMing me like what the fuck's going on here, man? Like close out better. I'm just like all my group chats are just like dogging me for not playing defense, and I'm like, guys, I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like you go play them, you go try your best.
And
It was brutal.
and I I don't think like the average person realizes like how good
No,
we would have had to have been to get close in that type of game where they
yeah,
were literally like pressing and doing everything they could to get steals and run it up. Um, like I was thinking, like even if I took a bunch of my friends, I've got friends who are like good D2 players, good D3 players. Um, like I could have grabbed the best of my friends and we would have gotten pummeled, absolutely
yeah, no
pummeled.
shot. Mhm.
Because especially at this stage of our lives, it's like we're not in good enough shape to deal with that shit. They were playing at like 100, absolute 100. Joe was not going to let them like take it
No,
easy on us. He was.
no,
It was probably a window into how he's coaching the Celtics this season. You know, talking about
honestly, yeah,
how they want to be the fastest team and create chaos, have the chaotic structure he calls it. Like that was how he was coaching today from being on the court. He also didn't sub out the whole time. The Celtics coaches had a sub or two, and he didn't sub out the whole time. He was just out there working to get turnovers and absolutely trying to crush us the entire time. Um,
yeah,
but like the way they played, any weak link on our team was going to get exposed. As soon as that person touched the ball, it was going to be a turnover and it was going to be
mhm,
the other way. Emil and DJ McClay are both like DJ. What is he like? 6'5", 6'6"? I don't know.
Yeah, 6'8" maybe.
And
He's
really,
huge.
really strong dude. And Emil is 6'10", 6'11", whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
They got all the offensive rebounds that they wanted to. Phil Pressey making threes. God Shamgod Jr. cooking us.
He was on fire. He couldn't stop making shots. That was ridiculous.
Cooking us. Yeah, it was destined to be ugly, but it probably went as ugly as it could have gone. Just about. It was a miracle we scored 4 points, honestly.
Yes. I mean, and one of the buckets was like Kari actually hitting a post shot on Emil Jefferson. Like one of those we got like lucky and got out in transition, but Kari scored an actual bucket. So shout out to him. And for context, Kari's like 6'6". So he was like literally our only shot of matching up size wise on the whole floor. So
the afterward, Emil was like, I didn't want to do that to you guys. It's like I kind of had to. He was like, my two favorite plays of the game were when the 2 times you guys scored. Like, I didn't want to do that to you guys. And
Jesus,
yeah, it's funny that he apparently felt like he had no choice but to just absolutely run up the score on us. I don't know what message Joe gave them before they came out and played us, but it was clear they were told that they were not going to take it easy on us, and that they were going to do whatever possible to destroy us and run up the score and absolutely beat us. AAU basketball, anybody who's played bad AAU basketball, and I didn't play bad AAU basketball. I was on some pretty good AAU basketball teams, but there's like levels in AAU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And when you play the actual best teams, shit like that can happen. And that was the last time I felt so powerless, when I was like 11 years old at Springfield College. I'll remember it to this day. It was a day I realized for the first time ever that I was not going to be an NBA player. And we got beat by like 60 that game, and they were running and jumping and dunking at, I mustn't have been 12. It must have been like 11. I must have been like 13. They were dunking. They were throwing alley-oops. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't even the same game. And this was not the same game today.
No. It was so bad. It was like every time that I thought like I had a second to dribble, like there was one point where I think it was Justin passing in the ball, and I got the ball at half court. And before I can even turn my head, Phil Pressey was like stealing the ball from my left. Fast. Joe Mazzulla was pressing me. They're so fast. It was impossible. At one point, DJ McClay dunked, and all I could hear was Joe saying, "Shoot the three! Go shoot threes!" Like it was an unbelievable level of, I don't want these guys to breathe. And the worst part is, if we do end up doing this game again next year, which maybe we will, it was very fun. I would love to do it again. The only thing Joe Mazzulla is going to take from it is they should have had fucking 0. And that's all he's going to tell the coach is like, I'm disappointed that they scored 4 points. Fix it for next year. And that's a scary thought.
I also think they assembled the lineup specifically to beat us by as many points as possible.
Exactly.
Like, that was their running and pressing and fucking kicking the shit out of media lineup. Because Joe was like one of the best defenders in all of college basketball. Yep. He will tell you he wasn't good at basketball, which is insane, because he was a starter on a Final Four team. Mm-hmm. He wasn't at that level a great offensive player, but he is strong. He is fast. He has ridiculously quick hands. He is clearly as feisty as he gets. And then God Shamgod Jr., I looked up his stats today from Fairmont State. He was 5th in school history in career steals, needed just 45 steals in his senior year to become the all-time school leader. I don't know whether he did that because the bio that I looked at didn't update that, but he's a pressure full court type of guy. Phil Pressey, literally in the NBA, that was his fucking role, was to pick people up like Peyton Pritchard does sometimes and run the show. And And then Emil Jefferson is not just 6'10 or 6'11, but has really long arms and can really fucking move. And so they were literally like, that group was built to press, and they whipped our ass.
It was bad. It was really
what
bad.
was the, like, did you ever play somebody in the past that made you so aware of your basketball mortality, or was this like an eye-opening experience for you, like the
So-
first time you ever played like super high level players?
So first of all, Sham got 86 steals his senior season, so he doubled what he
All-time leading
which is
stealer
fucking
in school
ridiculous.
history.
So when I was growing up, I was like super short. Like freshman high school, I was 4'10". So I didn't have a prayer of making any team growing up. But at all these tryouts, like I kept trying. Like I love basketball, so I kept trying. But I was like, I was trying out for travel basketball or whatever when I was like 10 years old, and I'm running around like 4 feet tall, and so I just have no fucking chance. And this game, me now, I'm a tall guy now, right? I'm like 6'1", 6'2" ish. This game is the closest I've ever felt to feeling like 4'10" Jack, who was the shortest kid in his class and couldn't do shit on the basketball court. Like that's what I felt like. I felt like I was 4 feet
This brought
tall
you back
again.
to your childhood nightmares.
I felt like I got Jay at one point. I was so short that I didn't make like the D team. Like they added an extra team when I was like super young for travel basketball, and I didn't make any team. Like 4 kids got cut, and my 3'5" dumbass just was left to the curb. That's what this felt like. This felt like I was getting cut all over again by Joe Mazzulla, who decided that we deserved to lose by 53 points.
Yeah. And Joe took it serious. I think he takes everything seriously, but I also think like he was not going to let up against us for whatever. And I think it was his decision to play coaches versus media.
If Emil was like, I didn't want to do that, I can imagine where the messaging is coming from. To say kick their ass.
Like pretty sure it was Joe's decision to have that happen. I think it seemed like he enjoyed the experience a lot more than I did, at least. It was funny. So like one of the first plays, we one of the rare times we got the ball over half court, I was dribbling and Mazzulla was guarding me, and I was like about to go to the rim, and I was like, I'm not gonna beat this guy, and I started to circle around to bring it out, and he just back tapped me, stole it away. Another time DJ McClay stole it from me, and like I thought I got fucking fouled. I thought I really got hit, and so he took it from me. It's crazy. Like I'm still a competitive psycho. Like I know we're gonna lose by 50 points. I knew as soon as Joe said we were gonna play the coaches that this was gonna be the ugliest thing that's ever happened. And I still got so mad that I hacked the shit out of DJ McClay after he got the ball, and I was like grabbing his arm, like pulling his arm, and it didn't really impact him much. But I was like furious because I thought he fouled me. To make it worse, a lot of the Celtics players were watching from a perch above the court. Like Jaylen Brown was up there, Jason Tatum was up there, Luka Garza was up there. I think Derek White was up there, at least for a little while. When it was all over, Jalen called down to us. Anybody want to do media? And it was like what a line. Great line.
Come on.
Like, no, I absolutely don't want to fucking talk about that game. I guess I'm doing it right now anyway, but I have to because this is a podcast, and I could not ignore this after everyone went viral. What was the worst text you received from a friend after they realized that you were on the court for the most humiliating basketball loss of all time?
So I got thrown in the group chat, and one of my buddies sent the video that got posted to Twitter of me getting a 3-pointer drained to my face by Sham God 5 feet behind the line. And he said, just gonna need to see a hand up, Jack. Like it just got I just gotta play better defense. And then my sister threw me in a group chat with her and her friend because like one time like, a few years ago we were just like playing around the park 2v2, and she just goes, remember when we beat you 2v2? So we basically could have beaten the Celtics coaches. You look like shit. I'm just like, dude, I'm just getting screwed.
One of the most hurtful texts I got, and I got a bunch. Let me see this one. One of them said the kid should be ashamed. Another one wrote, those motherfuckers showed no mercy, LOL. But one texted me, clearly you did not play in that game, LOL. Like if you were out there, it couldn't have gone that badly. And that was the one that hurt me the most, because I was like, no, I was out there. Like, he was ready to let me off the hook and be like, you weren't out there. It was those other scrubs that got beat. Oh no,
you're out there.
I was out there. I took the ass whipping as much as anybody else. And it was like it's hard to break a press when nobody on your team can dribble. It's especially hard when some of the guys played in the NBA and everybody else was high level Division I basketball player.
We really didn't have a ball handler. Like, I was bringing the ball up in the media v media.
Richie was the only one who could handle the ball.
And he got hurt. He rolled his ankle.
He rolled his ankle.
It was like, when we got to the media v media game, I was bringing the ball up, and you've seen me play. I am not a point guard. That is not how I play. And the fact you combine that with Sham, Joe Mazzulla, and Phil Pressey trying to steal the ball off on the inbounds, like they didn't even want us to get a pass in. Disaster. I mean, it went about as you would expect. I
was just happy that there were minimal injuries. Bob Strawn, who God bless him, he
respect.
He's like 70. He's got a bad hip. He walks around with a limp in the best of times. He was out there, man. He was out there. Took a hard fall. I saw him later. He was like walking with a chair as like a walker. And I felt a little bad at that point. But
I respect it though. He got out there. He was playing.
He got out there.
He was hooping.
He got out there.
He got an assist. He got an assist.
He got out there. Bob Strawn was out there. Yeah, that was ugly. Kayla can play too.
Yeah,
Kayla Burton can play, but nobody could play in that environment. Because unless you're one of the elite ball handlers in the world, you're not going to beat that type of press by yourself. Which means that you have to pass to somebody else. And the problem with passing to someone else today was that person was likely to get a turnover. Yeah,
they probably couldn't dribble the ball. We did not have enough point guards on the roster.
No, we're not a good bunch. And in the past, like Scal has played in the media game. We've had some pretty good players, but we didn't have any ringers today. I don't know whether they decided not to invite the ringers because Joe wanted to whip our ass so bad. But I truly believe, like, going into today, the plan was just media versus media.
Yes. I think Joe brought it up on the spot. Yeah.
And then Joe was like, fuck that. We're going to kill these guys. We are going to cook these motherfuckers.
I can just imagine him going behind the scenes. He's like, Phil, get the fuck over here. Emil, I want you. I want Deshaun. Everyone huddle up. I want them to get nothing. Like, he was probably like leading a bullying campaign in the corner when he saw us warming up. Like, he's just like, I want to fucking destroy these guys. And you know what? He succeeded on all fronts. And it was entertaining.
When Joe said that we were playing the coaches, first of all, I wasn't sure he was being serious until I heard one of the junior Celtic camps workers say that, like, tell one of the other workers that the plan had changed and that we were playing the coaches. And then I was like, oh, he really meant that shit. Were you excited? Were you intimidated? Were you like, oh fuck, this is going to be terrible. Like, what was your reaction when you realized we were going to be playing all those guys?
I mean, to a degree, it takes some of the pressure off because you have no chance, right? Like in immediate media, I mean, we played that game. I wanted to win. I was, playing intense, and not that I wasn't doing it against the coaches, but it got to a point where like, all right, well, of course we're gonna fucking lose to these guys. Like, I'll just go out there and try my best. And then as I was like warming up and I saw just like Joe on the sidelines watching, Joe was like walking around as we were warming up, like shit talking. Like he's like
Yeah.
pre shit talking. And as that was happening, I was like, oh, this is like not even like this is gonna be bad. Like this is gonna hurt. Like I'm going to get hurt. I thought my glasses were gonna break. I thought I was gonna get like an elbow to the face. And then I realized I have no opportunity to get an elbow to the face because we're not gonna get the fucking ball ever. Like there's gonna be no point in time where I'm in that position because they're just going to make every shot and get every rebound. At one point, they were just making shooting threes. And all I did was box out Emil Jefferson. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to close out in time. I'm just going to get a body on this guy. And it still didn't fucking matter. It didn't matter anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. At one point, I don't know how long into the game it was. Joe just started yelling threes, and they stopped hunting for layups or dunks and just shot threes instead, and they were spraying the ball around the perimeter, and it didn't help us. It didn't help us at all. That was like the only way Joe showed mercy, but it turned out not to be merciful.
It turned out to be worse
because they just splashed down threes or just got the offensive rebound and continued demoralizing us.
It was bad. I mean, it was as bad as it gets. You see the clip of Joe clamping out Bobby Manning on Twitter. It's just him getting his ass, shot clock violation. Then it's just Bobby going like he can't do anything. It was I can't wait for CLNS to drop like the full clips just because I think it'll be really funny. But it like. You think you've seen like there's already stuff floating around. Like I guarantee you the worst of it still has yet to be put out into the world.
Yeah, they didn't need to put out clips of that.
No.
They wanted to shame us, humiliate us. I guess it was an opportunity for them to go viral. But yeah, that didn't need to be put out there. That could have been a private scrimmage. Could have been a private scrimmage.
I think they live streamed it. I think the coaches' game was live. I think it was just out there as it was happening.
I got a text from Tony Jones.
Yeah.
That said you're embarrassing me. I think it was you're embarrassing me. He said, you're embarrassing me. And I got off the court. I was like, what did I do? Like
it felt embarrassing.
You already know this? And he said the coaches cooked y'all. And then I told him that it was a bunch of scrubs against Phil Pressey, Joe Mazzulla, Emil Jefferson, Deshaun Butler, Tony Dobbins, and more. And they were full court pressing like maniacs the whole time. They really pressed the whole fucking time too.
All 12 minutes. There was no break. There was no, all right, let's drop back this possession, let him bring the ball up. It was, I think they didn't want us to get it past half court one time. I think I took 2 shots the entire coach's scrimmage, and I was like one of the lucky ones that I managed to get 2 shots up, and I missed them both.
I took 1 pull-up 3, missed it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had 2 turnovers.
I took a fadeaway post shot.
Yeah, you try to hit a hook shot over Joe.
I tried to hit 2 shots over Joe.
Awesome. It would have been awesome if it went.
All I could think in my head was, this is a fucking terrible shot, but if this shit goes in, it's gonna be awesome. And
yeah, you did like a little like sweeping hook shot.
Yeah, I can make it sometimes. It's just it didn't go in today against Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, but if it had, it would have been fucking.
Imagine. That's all I could think of. I took like a turnaround fadeaway jumper over Joe too, and all I could think was like, That was so fucking cool. If that's the one, because that would have gone on social media, and then I would have been happy with the result. I would be like, we lost by 50, but you see this clip? Do you see me hit a turnaround hook shot on Joe Mazzulla? But no shot.
One of my other takeaways is that the court is very long.
Huge, unbelievable,
super long court. That is a tiring court to play on. Just running up
Yeah.
and down that court is like an extra, I don't know how many feet compared to the courts that I normally play on.
Yes,
And it adds up.
it was
It
brutal.
adds up. Although most of the
Especially
time,
when they're
we were literally
pressing.
like, it was just like throw a pass. Oh, it's a turnover, and watch Emil Jefferson go dunk it. That was fun.
Yeah, that was about as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. And then Joe stayed around while we played the media versus media game, and was like calling out, like for us to get 3 for 2s and 2 for 1s. And he was calling Kari Thompson Kurt Thomas. I heard him call me Jeff Hornacek as I fucking bricked yet another 3, because that 3-point arc is really long. NBA
It's
threes are
huge.
really long. I should have probably dribbled in a little bit. But he called me Jeff Hornacek as I bricked yet another 3-pointer. That was not fun.
Oh man, I
Jeff
shot like
Hornacek.
shit in the media game. I think I shot like 1 for 11. It was bad, and they were all layups too. I missed like 6 layups in the media game. I was pissed off. I played awful.
It was a tiring day though.
I was
we
exhausted.
played a lot of basketball, and like the first 12 minutes were actually intense.
Yeah, and we had subs too. Like we had subs, and I was gassed.
Yeah, it was a bad day. It was a bad day, but a memorable day. One that we'll remember for a long time. One that people will never let us forget. I had so many friends reach out to me like, "You're an embarrassment. You're pathetic." And yes,
I mean,
yes, I am. All of the above, but also if any of you had played in that game, it was not going to make a difference. I don't care who it was. We could have had Scal on our team, and it would not have made a difference. I genuinely believe that.
No,
Genuinely believe that. Scal would not have made a difference for us. He might have scored like a bucket or 2, but our issue is that we had like, out of the 12 of us, I think, that were on the team, 9 people couldn't dribble once or twice.
Yeah, no, it was bad. I mean,
that was our
for me. This was fresh off 2 days ago. Joe Mazzulla screamed at me in a press conference, and so he's walking around as we're about to play, and he looks at me. He goes, "Jack, this is your day for revenge." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm not gonna do shit, man. You know, there's nothing I'm gonna fucking do out there against you that is gonna quantify as that. But it was like I said, very fun. Just the most embarrassing game of basketball that I've ever been a part of in my life.
Yeah, it took you back to when you were getting cut from the 4th grade team.
D team, exactly.
Couldn't even make the fucking D team. It took me back to the first day I realized I wasn't going to make the NBA, and actually that I was never going to come fucking close. And yeah, it was like Noah put it like in her tweet about her story. It was like, that was the best day of my life. And I'm like, that shit was not close to the best day of my life. That shit was awful. That shit was so fucking humiliating. We got fucking bundled. We got absolutely fucking bundled.
It was like they like lured us in there. They said, "Oh, you're about to have a UFC fight with like, each other, like you're fighting." Then you see fucking John Jones in the center of the octagon. They're like, "Go fight this guy."
Like, oh, okay.
That's what happened. That's what happened today. It was at the last second they said, "Actually, you're just gonna get embarrassed for the entire world to see real quick." And we're like, "Oh, well, I already have my shoes, so I guess I'm just gonna go out there and play."
Yep. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the media game was fun though. When we played each other, that was at least a little better. But
it was okay.
I had fun. I got the win. I'm happy.
If I had any ego left, today would have been a tough day for the ego all around.
I said on the sidelines, I forget who I was talking to when we were Christian. I was like, we're lucky. If Jay was making a shot today, we'd be in a lot worse position.
I missed a lot of shots.
So did I.
A lot of shit.
It was Kari. It was the Kari show. Kari just made every shot.
Kari did have a good game. Kari's
nice.
in shape now. Kari was a force on the glass.
He looks good.
Appreciate you coming on here, man.
Of course.
While we have you, what was your reaction? I know I gave you some shit about it because it was funny, but how did you like kind of digest the interaction between you and Joe the other night?
Well,
About how like for those who haven't seen it, it was like Jack asked after who they play that night?
Cavs.
The Cavs, after the Cavs game, asked about the process for creating 3-pointers, whether it's different now because they're playing a faster tempo, because
which I thought was a fine
changed,
question.
all of that. And then Joe just kind of jumped on him, said he's answered that question for the last 3 years, said that as long as he's there, the philosophy won't change, and that it's to create a 2-on-1, find the open guy, and get as good a shot as possible.
Yeah.
What was your like reaction to that? How did you digest that?
Well, I mean, I went from there just like to the locker room, which was just immediately like you and other people just like making jokes about it. So it kind of like made it better because like I could just laugh at myself. And so that whole night I was just sitting there like, I mean, there's not much else you can do but just move on. So I like asked about other questions and the pressers and stuff. But all I see on Twitter is just like, yeah, own that fucking idiot. I'm like, like, what a fucking idiot asking about the threes again. Like, that's what you get. This guy sucks. And I'm just like, he answered my question also in the rant. He like gave me a really good answer to what I asked. It was just in a sandwich of fucking moron. But it's fine. I mean, Joe's gonna Joe. I didn't take any offense to it. I was sitting there. There's one point in the question where I'm like, I go, okay, and then like, and I'm about to start like a second piece to another question I had, and then he just jumps right back into it. So easy, it's a 2-on-1, and I just like at that point I just hand the mic back. I'm like, all right, I give up. I'm not asking another question.
And that's like, of all the people I've interviewed, Joe is one of the most. I'm trying to find the right word here. I don't want to say he's one of the most likely to like go at you. And
Yes.
I don't think it always has to do with what question is asked. I think sometimes it's just like he just, for whatever reason, feels like he needs to make a point. And so it happens to everybody. Like literally everybody has gone through that with Joe at one point or another. So it's nothing personal. It was did Noah ask you before she put the video out there?
Yeah. She typed out a tweet on her phone and she goes, "Can you type the part about what your question was about?" Because I didn't fucking hear it. All I heard was Joe yelling at you. And so I had to like type exactly
you had
what
to
I
type
asked.
your own tweet that was
My own
about to
death
go
sentence.
viral. That's hilarious. That's
Exactly.
so funny.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's all right. I'll take it.
And social media can be tough. So was that your first time like in the crosshairs on social media?
Dude, so many times on
what
my
was
show.
that other time when I went at your neck? Who shitted on you?
Oh, Adam Taylor.
Oh
Got mad at me.
Adam
Social
Taylor.
media before too.
Adam Taylor was furious with you.
He got mad. He's like DM me to like apologize and stuff. So that's in the past. But I mean, my own YouTube comments, I get it worse than what I got from this. People fucking hate me. I just stopped reading them at this point.
You can't read the comments, or you can and just get a kick out of them.
I usually just laugh. One dude told me that I cough so much that it makes sense because I just did a ton of drugs and was super fat, so it makes sense that I would cough so much. And so from then on, I'm like, all right, I just kind of laugh at all these fucking comments. It's just deranged. But yeah, no, that one certainly went viral. And the worst is when you see it. Like I saw it like pop up on my own Instagram feed like a couple hours later, and I was like, all right, yeah, it's over. It's done. It's gone.
You're cooked.
I'm cooked. Exactly.
You're cooked. Last question before I let you go.
Yeah.
Why do you love Noah Kahan so much?
He makes good. Have you even listened to his music? Have you even tried?
Packard played a song for me once on a podcast because when he showed up at the game, I had no clue who he was. And
It's good music, man.
I think that's all I might have heard one of his other songs.
All
I
right.
might have heard several of his other songs. I didn't know they were by him. If I did,
He makes good music. I like the merch. I have a very what's the word?
eclectic.
Wardrobe. Yeah, eclectic. But I just I don't wear a lot of stuff. Like I don't have like a bunch of graphic t-shirts.
He wears he wears solely Noah Kahan gear. It's almost primarily Noah Kahan gear.
Yeah, I wear Noah Khan shirts. I have a couple like these Cape Cod shirts, and then I have like t-shirts from Target or The Gap. That's all I fucking wear.
That's all.
And so it just ends up it's in the rotation of you just see every Noah Khan shirt I have. But you gotta listen to some of his songs. It's good. It's good stuff, man.
That's
Check it out.
probably unlikely. Probably unlikely. But hey, I've heard he's a Celtics fan. Salute to him.
Yeah. From Vermont.
Yeah. Thanks very much for coming on, man. Appreciate your time.
Of course. Anytime.
It was devastating day for all of us. But for the listeners, we'll be here Monday through Friday, as we always are. Now you know just how shitty the media is at basketball. Joe Mazzulla aired us as frauds once and for all, and we're just gonna have to wear that loss forever. 57-4, Jack. Motherfucker.
Still bottle, still bottle, Boston, still bottle, still bottle. Oh yeah!
Slow down from eating and drinking and all that wild stuff.